welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday the 23rd. I hope that y'all have had a restful weekend and that you're going to start your week off strong next week. So Friday, of course, I had to work, and an estate sale opened that Greg and I both really wanted to go to. It was over in the Whitland area in West Nashville, and it was advertised as, you know, the most anticipated estate sale. Now, this lady was very eclectic. She had lots and lots of collections, but she did have a few primitive things. So Greg had to go by himself, y'all. He left at 7. I told him he should have left at 6, but he didn't listen to me. And he called me when he got there, and there were like 40 people in front of him. The sale didn't start to 8, but he did manage to get a few things. They were only letting 25 people in the house at a time, which we've not been to. We've only been to one of those kind of sales where they just let a few people in. And so he was watching as people were coming out, and he wasn't really seeing the things that he went there for. So by the time he got in, he never could find the key items that he went for. So I'm going to rant here for just a little bit. I don't know if I have anybody on here that runs estate sales, but I will tell you that if you choose to do pre-sales, which I don't know if this company did a pre-sale or not, you should do them early enough that you can delete the pictures of the items and then retake the picture if you have to, because it is extremely frustrating for people that get there 4 and 5 hours early before a sale opens, only to find out that you did a pre-sale for your valued customers. I personally think that is very bad business. I know that the people that get invited to the pre-sales enjoy it. They get first dibs. I think it's slow down. So we do think that some of the things that he wanted got gone before the sale even started, just based on, you know, the fact that he never saw anybody walk out with them, because everybody had to, you know, come out. Like, he was in the third lot that actually had to go in, I think, or maybe, I'm not sure, maybe like second or third. But, and he, you know, could have been mistaken, but not, it wouldn't have been every single thing, you know, that he would have missed coming out of that house. Anyway, rant over. I just don't like that. I think it's tacky. I think there's got to be a better way to do it. But he did manage to get just a few things. Now, he also said the prices were astronomical, because the couple of things that were there that we wanted, even I wouldn't have even paid half off for them. But he did get a pure cream. Let me put my readers on, because I don't know if this says where it's from. A pure creamer crock, and it does not, I don't know if it's come from England or not. It doesn't say, because we have found crocks that came from England, or then some that have come from the USA. Now, I think that this might have been $16. I'm not really sure. If you shop for crockery like this, you know that that stuff is expensive. This little curry paste jar, and it is stamped that it came from England. And I feel like I want to say that it was like $14. He got another butter paddle, and I think that it might have been $8. And he got a little pantry box, cheese box. There's the nails. It's so smooth. Here's the inside. Now this, I think, was $26, if my memory serves me right. So I called him and put him on speaker while I was at work, and we were cheering him on, you know, while he was in line. He was nervous. Well, not nervous, probably not nervous. I know he probably was afraid that I was going to get upset if he didn't get certain things, but I know that when he gets in there, he tries. And it's very overwhelming, especially when you're there on opening day of an estate sale, which, you know, there's that many people. Like, people are everywhere. People have studied that house through the pictures. They know what they're going after. They don't care that it's full price today. You know, they're there to get the things that they want, and it can be intimidating. Now, I want to show you a Facebook Market find that I found. Now I have them all in one of Greg's wooden bowls. I'm getting ready to show you 10 things, okay? Now, I paid $20 total for all 10 of these items that I'm getting ready to show you. So let's just start with this copper flower frog, this white plastic flower frog, this gray metal flower frog, this green plastic flower frog, this green metal flower frog, another gray metal flower frog, a copper flower frog, a gray flower frog, a green dome shaped flower frog. And are you ready for this last one? This is my favorite. That's why, well, I wanted it for all of them, but look, a green flower frog. Now, I'm not joking with y'all, but yes, I paid $2 a piece for all of these. She sold them in a lot, so I got them all for $20. Honestly, I was kind of worried that it was a scam, and the more I sat there waiting on her, I was a few minutes early, I was a little, like called Greg, and I was like, kind of told him where I was at. But yeah, she was a sweet lady. She was a collector, and she hadn't used these in a very long time, and they were just sitting in a box in the garage taking up space, and she thought that it was time to pass them on to someone that would enjoy them. So was that not a blessing to get all of these for $2? Y'all, this one alone here in this area, I've seen it once in a booth for $55, and I got it for $2. Are you joking? I could not have been more excited. Okay, so then yesterday was the Nashville flea market. And so, of course, Greg and I were up and at 'em. We got there a few minutes before 8. They typically open at 8. And we've definitely gotten more and spent more. We spent $95 at the flea market, which was good for us. And we went to our very favorite vendor that I featured in my last month's video, the guy at the very beginning, as you're coming from the parking lot, where his totes are just laid out and you just have to dig. And he did tell me that one of you all went there. I don't know if you went Friday or Saturday. It had to have been Friday. Could have been Saturday before I got there. I don't know. Anyway, and that y'all were telling him that I had showed his spot on my video, and that you wanted to come check him out. He said that you were a very sweet lady. He appreciated talking to you and your business, and he was very thankful to me for kind of giving him a little spotlight on my video. So whoever you are, thank you so much for going and showing him some love. He puts, whether, I know he just opens the totes, but he has to unpack all that. He's out there all day. Yesterday was miserable hot, and he is a super sweet guy. I love doing business with him, and I'm so glad that you went and told him that you saw him on my channel. He was asking me lots of questions. He was very thankful to me for doing that. Any little thing to help these small businesses. So anyway, of course, we stopped with him. Now, I'm going to show you everything that we got from him. We got 14 items, okay? We spent $40 total with him on 14 items, which is $2.85 a piece. That's the way I do that. That's my girl math. I break it down like that. Only one thing actually had a price tag on it. But when you take your total and you divide how many of your items, that is how I do it. It makes me feel better. So I did get quite a few things to take to school. I got this vintage cloth Raggedy Ann little book. My son had one of these for Noah's Ark. My mom made it for him. So I grabbed that. And I also got, I don't know why I'm getting so into Raggedy Ann, but I could not find Ann, but I did find an older Andy. Now my friend is sewing up my Andy that I got at the estate sale. She's fixing his foot for me. I got this little book, this Tom and Jerry book. I would have bought any that he had. Well, I want to see real quick if there's a copy date on this, because when I see these suckers in antique stores, they are expensive. Okay, so it was copyright 1967, but this little bitty Tom and Jerry book. Now this is missing a mallet. You know, I wonder if there was one there and we just didn't see it. But it's the little play school thing, you know, where you would beat them down and then flip it over and beat them back down. All wood. And then we got this. Now I feel like I halfway remember maybe having something like this. It's by Fisher Price, and it's the roly-poly chimes bell, or ball, not bell. And you know, it was making music yesterday, but you just roll them around and they rock back and forth. I don't know, I know you can hear it, but it was making a lot of noise yesterday. Maybe it's all played out. I got this. Now I don't have any clue what this is. I feel like it's some type of kitchen gadget. You see how it's a spiral in there? But I don't know, and I didn't see anything in that tote that this might have went with. I just thought it was neat. I got this. I got another grater. All rusty. I got this wallet. Now, don't care so much for the wallet, but I mean, I'm not going to throw it away. I got it because of all the little goodies inside of it. And some of it, we're not going to sit here and go through all of it, but there's lots of newspaper clippings. I looked a little bit yesterday at it, and they cut every, like if there was a date, they cut every half the date off, every single one. And I've not been able to find, but you know, anything with the date, and it's lots of obituaries. This one was Lois Thompson. Oh, I wonder if I can get it from that. She died Sunday morning at 9:15, and she was born in 1897. I was hoping that it would give a date as to the day that she died. But a lot of these people, well, there's several, and they were born in the 1800s. Okay, right here. I think that this one is from 1917 because it's about a summer party, and they've got the year 1917 on it. So lots of obituaries, just little things that come out of the paper that, you know, was important to them. There's some letters that were written, which I have not read them all, but I think it's funny how though, like she wrote that letter, and it was okay, it said Friday night. She wrote on there that she wrote on Friday night. This one was post stamps of 1927. I don't know that I realized all these letters were in here. This was Sunday night at 4 o'clock. I think that's cute. This one is post dated 1935. This envelope, of course, it's all tore up. I'm sorry, it's torn in half. That's Maggie. You would think that with that loud bark that would be my Lucy, but it's not. It's my Maggie. This is so funny. This lady writes the time. Like she started writing this letter at 8 o'clock on the eve, during the eve. Sometimes I wish that we still wrote and talked like that. You know, we're just not as eloquent these days. All right, well, that's all. I know I'm sitting here. Y'all are probably like, oh my gosh. Like, I know when Greg watches this, I can tell you what he's going to say. Oh my God, is she going to sit there and look at every one of those? Well, I am later, but I'm not going to bore y'all with the rest of it. But I love old newspaper clippings and things like that. I just think it's neat, and I like the old letters. You all know that. Then we got from him, now I don't know if this still works. I have not had a chance to test it out yet. This big old mantle clock. Now, we have one that's a little bit smaller, that's not very old, it's battery operated. But this has this old plug. Look at that. Now, I would love to set this on my mantle and be able to plug it in and use it that way. Our mantle does not have those plug-ins that are built in. I know some of you in your newer builds, you have built-in plugs in your mantle. So if this works, I'm probably going to sell it in my booth because it is a good little clock. It's very, very vintage, and someone could plug it in there. And other than that, I'm not really going to be able to use it if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll probably just decorate with it. But, you know, for somebody that could use it, they could enjoy that. Okay. Then, now I have these, but for $2 and what I say, 85, 86 cents, something like that. I bought another one of the Courier Knives trays. And then they were still in the plastic. They're a little bent, but, you know, I think we can get that out. Oh, these are identical. You know, Greg, he found some milk glass. It's the quilt pattern. No chips, cracks, or anything with the lid. I think candy dish. All right, so then we got one other thing with him, and I'm going to insert a picture here. So that is a heavy wooden ladder. It looks like it's been cut in half. And I have plans for that. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. Before, I don't watch her so much now, and I do feel kind of bad because I don't really support her channel that much. But before I got into vintage, I watched Liz at, gosh, I can't even think of her channel now, the name of it. Traditions by Seasons, Seasons by Traditions. I think it's Traditions by Seasons, isn't it? And she, in one of her homes, had a ladder hanging over her dining room table, kind of through her light fixture. I don't know if the way our light fixtures are, if we could do that or not, but we want to try to see if we can rig it with chains to hang up through the ceiling and then have it hanging down through the lights and decorate it like with, you know, greenery and garlands and things. So I don't know, and that'll be like down the road before we can even think about that, because we've got a lot of little projects that are piling up that need to get done. But even not, I mean, for $2.85, that's a really nice vintage ladder. I can put, you know, blankets on it. I can put it on my front porch. I can do just whatever. It's great. So I got all of that for $40. I could not believe that I got all of that for $40. So then we went, you know, we as hot as it was miserable. And if you're not from here, it's not the hot. Because I think we got up to what, guys? We got up to 95 yesterday, 96, something like that. Some of you I know have temperatures in the hundreds out west. It is the stinking humidity. Because when we left our house at 7:20 in the morning yesterday, the humidity was at 71%. And that is just absolutely miserable. We were soaking wet, disgusting. And we left there, well, we were back home by like 10:20 and unloaded. So, yeah. It's miserable. I don't plan on going in July and August. We went last year. I don't remember if we went in July, but I know we went in August, and there were not hardly any vendors there at all. You know, it's too hot. I don't know why they don't go, but I know I'm not going because it's too hot. But anyway, found this other vendor that we usually do business with, and he had this milk glass pheasant decanter. It still has some kind of tag on it. Field Birds, Ringhead Pheasant, 1969. Okay, so this was from 1969. He got this for $5. And he's been wanting one of these, and he sees them in antique stores, and they're, you know, just for what they are, they're a little pricey. Okay, so then I'm going, as we were leaving, now we paid $50 for this. This is our total of our $95. We have been talking about how we wanted to find one of these to try to make into a coffee table. So here is what we bought. Greg feels like we need two. I don't want to get two. I want to see if we need two before, because if I have two, what am I going to do with 2 chicken crates if I don't need to? So that is something that I will share with y'all as soon as we get it done. We're planning on getting rid of the ottomans. It's just not working out with the puppies, and Lucy is just so big. They sort of get in her way. Honestly, you know, when I put my legs up on them, it kind of makes my back hurt. The ottomans have just kind of been a mess. They do provide additional seating, but I think we're kind of done with the ottomans. So if this coffee table works out, that's going to go in that family TV room. So I'll keep you updated on that. So then, we still had money, guys, because we hadn't spent our budget that we have budgeted. So we don't like to go. We did come home and unload, but we went to Goodwill. I only found one thing at Goodwill, and I didn't realize that it had any damage until I left, because I didn't have my readers with me, and I couldn't see until I got outside. But I still think this is beautiful. We got this oil painting. See, here's stretched canvas, or however you call it. It's signed by whoever painted it or something. I can't make out the last name. But this beautiful painting. Now, you see here, that's where the acrylic paint from the white has chipped off here and here. So I didn't see that until, I saw it, but I didn't realize that it was actually damaged. But I love this. I paid $4 for this. It was buried underneath 3 or 4 picture frames, which honestly is probably what damaged it. Somebody piling up picture frames on top of this. But yeah, I've tried to do, I'm doing the green I did the green this spring. I just think this is beautiful. Since we are Greg is an amazing artist, in my opinion. He's going to repair this for me. He knows just what to do. And I would love to be able to use this. If I don't use it and, the time comes around for me to get a booth, I will probably put this in my booth, but I will sell it as is. I am not going to be that type that tries to pull things over on you. I will note that this has been repaired, not professionally repaired, and the price will reflect that. But I'm hoping that I can find a place to use this, because I just think in the green family, this is beautiful. Whoever this person was did a great job for $4, yes. And then we went to City Thrift. Greg bought things at City Thrift. Now, milk glass. Oh, where's all my milk glass lovers? So he got, now this is an open sugar bowl. Now what that means is there was no lid to begin with. You'll see there's no rim for the lid to sit, and I did do some research to try to make sure I was telling you right. So they got an open sugar bowl and a matching creamer. Now what were they? Hold on, let me put these readers on, because I'm not sure what that first number is. They were $4 a piece. Then he grabbed, these were $3 a piece. That same pattern, the salt and pepper shakers. Now, I can't believe he got this, because we don't really like these, but for $3 he got the hat. And he got I guess, the vinegar bottle, and it was $3. But then he got a grape panel swung vase. And you know, he loves his swung vases. Now, this was $15. Depending on your area, this might be 25, 30, maybe even a little bit more than that. Well, I wouldn't think so with it being, I don't know. It might be. I know swung vases aren't cheap once you get them in an antique store. So he was very excited about that. All right. I'm looking around me, and I think that's it, y'all. Except for the short that y'all saw this before this video. I'm gonna tell you, well, do I tell you now? No, you know what? I'm gonna take you upstairs and I'm gonna show you. When I was in Columbia Wednesday, I didn't mention anything about this when I did my haul from the antique market in Columbia, because I wanted her to make her debut. I wanted to show you guys. I got now this. I will say this is that antique store that we had only been to one other time because they were just out of our price range. But this booth, you know, I walked a corner and I saw this cabinet, and then I saw the price tag, and it was $125. And I looked for another price tag, and I found another price tag, and it was $125. And it was labeled primitive cabinet. And here comes Greg. He's a little bit slower than me. And I said, I'm telling you we're buying this, and this is where it's going, and I love this. And so he come around and he looked at it and he studied it for a little bit, and I read his mind. I said, now if we tell them and they ring up $1,250, we'll just tell them we didn't see a zero and we're going to pass. But y'all, it was $125. If you're into primitives, or if you've looked at primitives, you know we got a steal, an absolute steal. I love it. It's just, y'all, I love everything about it. I did have to take down the gallery wall that was upstairs in the foyer. That's okay. You know, I like change, so that's fine. So let me take you down off of here and let's go up and look at my new toy. Okay, so there she is in all her glory. There she is closed up. There's her hardware. Now let me go. Okay, so I put the swan back on top. Now ignore the nail holes. We got to fill those in. There's a couple of pictures up there. I don't know if they're going to stay or if I'm going to do some rearranging or what, but for now that's how it is. But then I don't have lighting in here, and I'm probably not going to put it. But I tried to keep this simple and not overpack it. I tried to put all of the, you know, really wanted to focus on some of my stained ironstone. So here are some new pieces that I've recently got that you might see. There's that amazing flower frog. This is a little butter pat. I don't think I showed that. I got that at that little antique market. I love how stained it is. This way I kind of wanted to also showcase all of my Crocs that I'm getting. Grandma's blurred. And for the record, that's not my grandmother. I have no idea who that is. But I just like, you know, bringing those things out. They were just getting lost in my cabinet downstairs. And I gotta tell you, I just got this platter the other day too, at a new antique store to me in Spring Hill, Tennessee. Y'all, the platter, I'm sure you don't remember, but I had bought a beautiful stained platter at the junk hunt. A smaller one, a little bit bigger than this, but not my huge one. And it was in my white cabinet downstairs, and it shattered. And it broke my heart. Because if you love stained ironstone, you know I will never find another one identical to that, because they age and stain different, and the webbing is different, and it was perfect. But I did get that one. It does not fill the hole in my heart. But anyway, that is my new cabinet. Absolutely love it. It's for $125. It's definitely a steal. Now, what was up there before was Greg's, I don't know if it's antique, but I know it was a vintage toolbox that had all of his mashers in. I just moved it down there. And honestly, guys, it looks like, look how well it matches with this Hobby Lobby piece. Like, I was kind of shocked because this table that it's sitting on, I got from Hobby Lobby. And so that swan coordinates with the swan right across here in our plant ledge. But that's one of my new toys, guys. Okay, y'all, so that's gonna wrap this video up for today. I know I had said my next video is gonna be a tour. So I didn't mean to lie, but I couldn't have done the tour with all this stuff sitting around. And I should have done the tour the other night, and I didn't because I'm old and I just get tired. I was trying to think. I know you've pretty much seen everything except for the dining room and all the patriotic things that I added to the dining room. I promise you're going to see that before the 4th of July. I don't want to say again, like I did last time, I'm going to hang up with y'all and go video it, because I'm probably not. I'm going to put all this stuff away. But eventually, I will get it out. And then I definitely will keep y'all updated on how my coffee table little creation comes out. And, you know, we'll see if we can get that stable. I think it'd be cool to put it on casters. But anyway, I hope that y'all have a great week. This is the last week of June. I cannot believe it. Summer school comes to an end this Friday. I am ready for a break. However, it is no fun going the month of July without a paycheck. Because I just like to shop too much, guys. What am I going to do? All right. Y'all have a great one. And until I see you again, happy thrifting.